Alright, so we're back with some more Unicorn Overlord. And, yeah, you already know. The recording crashed last time. So I'm gonna try and remember everything that we did. I'm pretty sure we already showed off that we got access to the black market dealer. By talking to Ramona, we were able to go and do the doors around the map that were actually locked out until, for whatever reason, we were finally able to get that conversation with Ramona to where she was like, oh yeah, I can unlock these for you. Around the map there was these doors. I should probably go show one of those off, huh? That would make sense. Because everybody knows what door I'm talking about. Alright, let's do just that, shall we? Try to remember. Was on the other side. The other side. I want to say, well, wait. I know there was one in this area. Did I go one city over too much? Yeah, okay. So there's these doors around the map right here that you need Ramona and a specific battle in Pistorius. I believe it's this town over here at the harbor. There's an NPC with an exclamation mark. You talk to them. They're like, oh, there's essentially these doors, vaults, whatever you want to call them, around the map. There's 8 of them in a compass-like direction. And after you have that talk, Ramona is able to undo the spell or whatever it is that keeps these closed off until you get to that point. And when you interact with one, an enemy comes out. It's not a special enemy or anything. They're a little stronger than some of the standard enemies we're fighting at this point. But it's just another overworld map fight, like when we ran into like Thebes and whatnot along the desert here. One of those type of fights, essentially. In front of the door here. And with better stats and whatnot. So I went around in that video, started crushing a bunch of the doors. I think I did about half of them. And then, yeah, well, the recording crashed. Also, as a result of winning those fights, you get special gear from it. This is one of the gear I got right here. This shield gives you initiative. It's got some of the highest defense and guard rate so far of any of the shields we have. It also gives this hastened cover skill, which is extremely good. So it essentially does what Elaine already did, which is cover an ally with a medium guard. Okay, sure, whatever. What's so good about it? Well, it also grants the ally max initiative for their next turn. So essentially, we could use it on somebody like Yada, like if we allow her to take an attack. She already starts off with a quick impetus and whatnot from the other group, so maybe there's better people we can make use of as an example. But this is a way for us to essentially get an immediate charge on their first turn, and then the next time their turn rolls around, they'll have max initiative thanks to the cover. So then we can get our charges off extremely quickly, and it just really helps devastate a lot of fights. And another thing that really sucks that, of course, I did in the episode where it died off, if I can remember where exactly it is. Okay, here we go. So we originally showed this off earlier. When we talked to here, once we got S rank renown, Grandpappy Gerard came out, and he's like, body me in order to get the blade that everyone, or your family blade, essentially. So we were able to beat that fight. The team that I used for that, generally speaking, was Elaine, Scarlet, our druid, Rosalindi, and I believe it was either Virginia or Baron, or no, it was either Virginia, Berengaria, or Fran, I believe. So we were able to defeat Guard with that. And he was like, oh, you win. Well, have the Holy Unicorn Blade that we have on Elaine right now. Probably the best weapon in the game looking at it. 28 physical attack, probably the highest we've seen so far. You get +1 AP, +1 PP, and debuff immunity just for holding the weapon. So, yeah, extremely strong. You also get, if I can find it in my items here, although it might be easier just to go through this. Should sit close to the top, I think, anyways. There we go. He gives you the blade, he gives you this Holy Unicorn Signet, which also provides debuff immunity. And I think maybe like an emblem or something for beating him. But yeah, extremely good if you can defeat him. So that was the general team we used to beat him. So we did those doors, we did the Gerard fight. We also, I believe we did one liberation fight right here. And we went ahead and restored the town, which got us access to this harbor over here, which allowed us to get to this mine over here, because for whatever reason they decided to put a bridge right here, but then make a ship over there that just bypasses that entirely in order for us to get to the quarry. So, yeah, kind of a strange design decision, but that's okay. I believe that should cover most of what we did in the last video. That guy got that died on me. But yeah, we did a little bit of mining, which of course you won't see now because that video died. But I got 4 out of the 5 maps, so we'll go ahead and get the final map here. And then we will go ahead and start looking at our treasure map areas, see if we can find anything. So this area is pretty big by comparison. You also get an insane amount of time, though. And it seems like time booster is actually dropped more in this one. I'm guessing because due to the fact of it being such a large map, they were like, okay, we gotta give them a little bit more time here and there. So, okay, well, that's probably our final treasure map right there, would be my guess. I'm trolling so hard right now. We've seen digging. There's no new mechanics or anything like that in these areas. So in that sense, nothing's really changed. But yeah, that makes it our final Bastorius map here. The only really other thing we would want to dig for at this point is just more rocks to go ahead and get these bridges built. But we're going to go ahead and do treasure maps, which is back in the quest log here. We should, I want to say, have that area open anyways. Should probably go ahead and mark that on the map. Okay, so that was more towards this area over here. I forget it's not that button, it's this one. Okay. It's starting to make me think that I need to use a ship to get over there. That might just be the case. Alright, let's board the ship. It would be another way to make that getting that treasure a little more difficult too, would be putting it behind the boat. So we're outside of the area for now. However, we are able to go here, and it looks like this should be the case based on what we could see there. Plenty of money, miracle fruit, always helpful, and a moonlight shield. It's not a moonlight great shield. No, this isn't Dark Souls. Okay, a piece of the river where it splits off into 3. Over here? No, that's way too far. That is like halfway across the map. Oh, you know, probably the area where it splits off into 3? You know, that part. Well, it looks like it should have been in the middle of that, in which case it's probably on this other side over here. We might be able to beat up these Griffin Masters and whatnot now in order to pick up a little bit more money. Oh, yeah, we absolutely do. Yeah, give me your money. And give me your money, too. Easy. Alright. I think I maybe dug up maybe 1 or 2 divine shards. It definitely was not enough for this shield. I do want to get that at some point, though, because that's going to be a very strong shield for us. But until then... There we go. Silver Goblet Dew of Illusion. I will absolutely take that Dew of Illusion. And we will give it to Rosalinde. And here's the Silver Goblet. User earns 200 experience. So we gotta throw that on our people that have absolutely 0 levels, because they will benefit from it greatly. The question is, who do we want to get a ton of levels? Or at least we can afford to give levels to. Not worry about them dying too much. You guys are pretty much on par for this area. We need our, like, level 26s and stuff like that. You know, those ones that are just a little bit farther down in XP. Celeste, you can have one, that's fine. We'll give you a silver goblet, or, yeah, a silver goblet. We do have an extra rookie egg, because I believe I took it off of Yana, since she's already, like, level 32 or something. You could make use of extra XP. Everybody else that has a rookie egg is probably fine. Alright, well, on to the next treasure, shall we? Looks like it's right in the corner of the map. At least in terms of the mountains. Every time I press the wrong button. Okay, so we're within the area. The question is it the right part of the area? Hey, let's go. People are probably going to say that I looked these up because we're finding them as quick as we are, but I mean, it's not like they give the worst hints ever or anything. Woodpecker. That's kind of a sus name, honestly, but sure. Okay. Yeah, so here's a one of the bows that we got from beating those door, treasure vault, whatever you want to call them, fights. They all have the same... I don't know if abilities would be the right words, but the same stats, essentially. They've either got, like, 25 physical attack or magical attack. They also give +1 AP, +10 initiative, and +10 evasion. So, very strong weapons. Definitely grab them if you can. Because it's just a really good weapon. So, Rolf's not going to need this weapon. Not even sure how good it is, but that bow's extremely good. Putting it on one of our elves is probably not as good due to the fact that they're hybrid damage and they'd be losing out a bit. And the trapper's bow. Oh, there's so many bows. You have the frostbloom bow, that's fine. Is this better than the trapper's bow? Apparently I cannot use it on you. Okay then. Spiked bolt, 30% critical damage, stun immunity. Attack a single target with multiple hits. It's 4 times for 200% physical attack. This weapon is just meant for you to be a crit machine. That's exactly what that is. Apparently snipers cannot make use of it. Maybe it's an Arbalist exclusive weapon? Well, Arbalist can use it. Can you make use of it? You cannot. Okay, so snipers can't use it. Were elves able to make use of it? I didn't even check them. Elves cannot use it. Okay, maybe it's maybe it's Lisa's bow, apparently. Okay, then. Unless somebody else can use it. This is towards the water in between some trees on the other side over here. Maybe towards this one? It's falling right inside. It's next to some water and some cracked ice. Is it not here? Okay. Dew of Illusion. Magia Soul. I'll take that Dew of Illusion, absolutely. Rosalinde eating good today. What do we do here? Recast. Cost me 20% of my max HP. Activates after using a magical attack. Cast the same magic again? Bro, what? That's so good. For 20% of my HP, I get to just use an insane attack again? Yeah, you know, I think I will. Debuff immunity is nice. I would hate to give that up for. What? This... you lose on your elemental impetus, but does that matter, though, if you're recasting for essentially a third time? Like, is that... I mean, is that not worth it? I mean, I guess we could give it to... We could give it to, like, Yana or our Warlock here. Although they don't have enough PP at the moment to actually make use of it. I suppose we could give it to Rosalindi. Although she's not going to use Elemental Impetus then. But she'll still use Elemental Roar twice. Not sure if this is actually necessarily good for her or not. Maybe we try it for now. Because White Cat here gives us +1 AP, so we're not going to get the extra AP back from Elemental Impetus because we'll be out of PP. But what if Scarlet? Okay, your passive Miracle activates after receiving an ally passive. But that just gives you PP, not AP. Although that would give it to you for... That would give it to her so that way she could start using Elemental Impetus if she was able to pass that off enough. Activates after receiving an ally's passive skill. After receive... Okay, so somebody... Okay, this doesn't work for her then because they have to receive somebody else's passive skill in order to get this back, so she essentially refunds the passive skill being used on her, essentially. Alright, well, we're trying to make this work here, because if we get triple Elemental Roar, like, does anything live, actually, though? I mean, do they? I suppose if we had, like, Ramona with her, right? Because she restores PP. So then if she gave her back 4 again, then she could recast, and if she didn't, then it would give her Elemental Impetus, which would give her some AP back, which could help. But I don't know, we're gonna think on that one a little harder. This one, so it's near some grass next to a cliff. That's a huge area to look through, but it does look like it's gonna be potentially on the right side of the wall. Although it looks like we're going to have to go through some fights before that happens. Can we rebuild these bridges? Usually they're worthwhile to do so. I don't think our support with Keitra is maxed out. There's plenty. Let's repair this bridge. We did quite a few mines in the video that got wrecked, so... That does get us another Dew of Illusion, which we can then throw on Rosalindi again. I'm going all in on Rosalindi right now, but I mean, triple Elemental Roar if we can make it happen, and she gets all these stat boosters? Like, who's actually gonna live through this? Like, actually, though? Let's check out this bridge. Maybe we can make this work. I may or may not have enough. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have enough after that. Alright, well, back to mining it is, because I want to see what's on the other side of that area. So we're just looking specifically for stones. Although if they want to throw extra divine shards or anything like that my way, I'm not exactly going to say no. I get nothing so far, that's not good. Are they trolling me right now? Am I just hitting like right outside the ranges, or they just put them all up here? Definitely looking for more mighty pigs and whatnot. Time extenders, always take them, especially with how terribly it was going up until that point. They really didn't give me the 40 for that. If you say so, game. 80, this may be a time extender. It is. Not as good as the time extender as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to at least be like the 15-second one. Great. There we go. Nice. We even got a free divine shard out of it. You'll love to see it. Probably hit all the items up here. Tends to be how that goes. Although it does seem like there's a bit of a cooldown at times. Like the game's still trying to figure out where to put some of the items sometimes. So even when you get the time boosters, they don't always help as much as you'd like them to. Or maybe that's just me coping, also a possibility. I should have just went for the mighty dig, I'm trolling. There we go, that's another divine shard. Well, worst comes to worst. While we dig up these regular stones in order to repair that bridge, we've got plenty of opportunities to get extra divine shards. We are using our free passes. I mean, we only have 5 more treasure maps to dig up. So we can just pay for those at that point. They'll probably be the most expensive set of digs due to the fact that Albion seems to be the last continent, essentially, that the game expects you to go to. So it'll probably scale up in price. But we should have plenty of money, hopefully, by that point, in which case it won't really matter like that. Not that these digs have really ever been all that expensive. Especially with the treasure maps, essentially paying it off, even if you end up only finding one of them. Might you dig this area? Why? Because I don't know. Alright, well, can't say that it didn't pay off there. I'll take it. Already another item, don't mind if I do. A stone, that's completely okay right now. That is like our main goal for the dig right now. Just gonna mighty dig it. Ideally, you want to save up for the max mighty dig, so that way you have the best opportunity to get more items all at once. Easier said than done. Wow, I hit a 5. Alright, video's over. Good video, guys. There we go. 20 timer for that amount of time was probably not worth it. Or we probably broke even, although it does get your mighty dig up a good amount, so it's not the worst. We're finding so many time extenders right now. Like, I'm just trying to get items at this point, and they're like, no, have more time. There we go. Time extender and a divine shard, don't mind if I do. If you can get away with not moving too far away from your original position when you hit, that seems to be the most ideal. That way you cut down on travel time, which means you're actually, you know, throwing more attempts at getting something out rather than running halfway across the map every time. Which is probably very forehead for a majority of people, I'm sure, but, you know, on the off chance people were looking for mining tips, I guess. Okay. Of course it was the time extender. I'm not gonna say no, just, you know. Can we dig it up fast enough? Oh, one more? We managed to get, we didn't get a star iron out of this dig. Unfortunate. Can't say I'm too surprised by it though. Alright then. They gave us 15 on that one. I believe one more dig and we should have enough if we don't have enough already. But this one for sure will make sure that we have enough. Alright then. Definitely not getting as lucky so far. Gold ore, don't mind if I do. There are auxiliary requests that we could do just purely for money if we ever need to. And considering the entire Elven region is actually rebuilt, we can just sell off all of the Elven items that we have acquired, and then we can go ahead and just sell them off freely because we don't have to worry about rebuilding any of the areas because it's already rebuilt. In which case, that's a decent way for us to get quick money as well as honors. And we don't have to worry about using resources that we would have otherwise needed to rebuild the city. Oh, I didn't count. I had like two time extenders in that one. That's okay. Let's go back over here. The other spawn looks like it was a little better. That's okay though. Surely that should be enough rocks for us to be able to rebuild this. Still doing Keitra over Morden. It seems like these two are the only ones that can repair bridges in the game so far. Although they give you Morden quite early on, assuming you go and do his flight. Keitra is a little farther in, but again, still on the main continent. Yet another Dew of Illusion. This is just the upgrade Rosalindi show over here. And just like that, she's maxed out, at least for Dew of Illusion usages. Alright, Stone Circle, give me that. And some Star Iron for us. 2 more Star Iron. Alright. Well, let's check out this new area, shall we? Got it. Okay, we have some rando enemies in here. What are these statues all about? Bowman, stab, spearman, swordsman. The statue is dedicated to the sword-wielding hero of legend. At its feet lies a hollow, seemingly made for the offering of Star Iron. If legends speak true, presenting such a powerful gift, or such a gift will reward us with a powerful sword indeed. So we give up 5 pieces for a powerful sword. Why not? Nice. Meteorite sword. Max HP plus 20, guard rate plus 10. For 24 physical attack sword? That boosts our HP? Yeah, that's pretty good. Seems the story of these statues was no mere myth. Use this weapon well. Well, do we have a... So I guess we can just pick up meteor weapons from here. They're really strong and give us HP. So, who of our sword users could make use of this? I mean, Trappist can, but he's also a thief, so he's not really doing too much damage like that. Our Sainted Knights, although they do far more magic attack. Melisandre. You do it over the Bandit sword. Surely somebody has a weaker sword that would like this. Oh, we could give it the Virginia, give her even more HP. She will lose 5 initiative, but she's not exactly going first anyways. It helps her out HP even more too, and her guard rate, as if 72% wasn't enough. But this also means that she's going to heal more every time thanks to that Royal Guard skill. So, yeah, Virginia gets an upgrade because she needed that. Maybe we'll just grab one of everything. I could definitely use a few of these meteor axes. Looks like he's going to say the same thing every time, so we may as well go ahead and just pick what weapons we really want out of this. Meteorite Lance. Same stat spread and everything, sure. Alright, well, our lance wielders will enjoy this. Apparently that was still part of the cutscene. Okay, then. Alright, who of our lance wielders can make use of this? Well, basically anybody. We did also get the spear version of the vault fights here. Again, same stat spread and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, it's a really good weapon, what can I say? 25 base damage, I mean, that's even more than the meteorite weapons. Also, they give AP, so that is also another nice thing. So we'll probably let him keep that. Adele could make use of it, so Adele's an option. Who else like it? Pretty much Adele at this rate. I mean, we could give it to you, but you're still hybrid attacker. Jerome, Renault, you know, basically any of our great knights. I think we'll give it to Adele. Why not? A little bit of a strength increase for him at the very least. Extra HP is always nice. Helps his guard rate too. Okay then. I definitely need axes. Everybody needs axes. I have like no good axes at the moment. I say that, although the ice axes aren't bad. Even using them just for stats, they're still like 21 strength or so. That would actually be really good on our Griffin Riders, because their Fatal Dive skill will do 20 damage more if we can keep them at that HP. Well, not 20, 10 more, because it's 50% of their current health. But, I mean, you know, 10 more damage is 10 more damage. The freeze immunity is kind of nice, though. Even if we're not using the Icy Crush skill, I will give it that. It will give her some guard rate, though. At 16%, is it really going to matter? No, maybe not, but the extra 20 HP never hurts. It's probably still better than the Icy Crush axe, unless you really need it. Or unless you're, like, really going a full freeze build sort of thing. Which I'm sure some people do, and it's not even like it's a bad option or anything. Anybody else that can make use of axes? All of them, I keep forgetting, but our breakers actually use axes. It just feels wrong because, you know, they're using hammers and whatnot, but they can also... Hammers are counted as axes. Which we have plenty of them that could really make use of these hammers right now. Would help level them up a little better for the fact that they would actually be using better weaponry in the first place. I still kind of like this one. The guard rate is nice, and initiative never hurts. Apparently Celeste is very slow at only 24 initiative, especially for being a flyer. I don't know, that just seems slow. Fran, are you slow? You're even slower than Celeste. Okay, apparently Griffin Riders are not all that fast. Although I suppose that's why they have a feathering and whatnot, and plumes that specifically help flyers. You know what? That makes more sense. I guess I'm too used to Pegasus Knights and Wyvern Lords and whatnot having a ton of speed. Bows? Do we grab a bow? I think we grab a bow. I don't really feel the need for a meteorite staff because we already have really good staffs. And that actually give the skills, in which case we would just lose out on the skill. Not that we don't have some good bows, but some of them can make use of this. Rolf already has probably his best in slot bow at this point. Who else? I mean, you guys are hybrid damage. It won't be the greatest. Is it better than the Trapper's Warbow? Probably not. Charge skills in this game, at least against the AI, is very good. So long as you can keep them alive. Really? I have none other that make use of it? I mean, we could just throw away their magic attack for higher physical attack. It is a bit of a switch. I mean, it's extra 14 physical attack, but they lose 16 magic. Is that really worth it at that point? We'll probably think on that one. How much Star Iron do we have left? It's probably somewhere in this set, maybe? Maybe in this set? It's down here. Okay, we have enough for one more item if we want it. What would we want out of that for those? Maybe more swords, maybe more axes. I mean, you already got yours. Probably more axes, if anything, for our breakers here. And our flyers. Yeah, we do use a lot more of those. Maybe we grab another axe. We could also sit on it if we want, but I think grabbing another axe right now is probably better. Even if we end up giving it to a weaker unit, they'll still be able to make good work of it just for how strong the weapon is. And who is an axe user that can make use of it? We could get rid of Eliminator, although it's only 1 less damage and it gives the execution skill. Morden, he is level 22. Do we have some slightly lower levels axe users that can make use of it? Nina, 26. Who else here? Celeste, but she has her personal one, which is probably better off for her. Gloucester, but he's like way too weak at this point for something like that. Unless we went out of our way to go ahead and help him out. We could give it the Bertrand, but he has so little accuracy, it wouldn't really work out. We could give it to Nina, why not? Nina, we got a new axe for you. There we go. Makes him really tanky too at 90 HP. There's some form of a fight over here if we've got randos spawning around here. Where is it at, though? Out of the way, nerd. Wow, I actually don't kill these guys over here. At least not that group. It could also just be a bad roll for us. Also a possibility. Oh no, please, not more Fog of War. They've been very sparing with it in this game, which I can appreciate. Alright, what's our over here? It's hard to even see anything in all this snow, man. Maybe it's just me. Also the fact that, you know, I got a ring light and whatnot on my face. The lands ahead are sacred territory, navigatable only by the one who holds the Mark of Bestral Kings. Okay, so basically come back once I get the Bistorius then. Or the Bistorius Blue. Okay then, I guess we will come back when we have that. Surely there's a liberation fight over here or something, unless it's all the way up there. Which could very well be the case. Did we check all the way up here? Yeah. I guess it's hidden in the area so they can be in there, but I can't. That doesn't really make much sense, but alright then. Alright, well, we picked up quite a bit of extra weaponry that we didn't have before. Certainly doesn't hurt. 90% cleared. Well, alright then, let's, I don't know, do I even trust going 30 more minutes at this rate? With the recordings dying and all that? I don't know, maybe I'll... Okay. I'm gonna end the recording right here. This is either gonna be the video itself, or I'm gonna save this recording here, and then stitch it with the next one, so that way we have a longer one. I don't know, we'll see. Still kind of deciding on whether I want these to be hour-longs or 30-minute longs. It's kind of hard to leave them at 30 minutes, though. Because that was just like overworld exploration, right? We didn't even get any fighting in. So maybe I'll stitch it, maybe it'll be a video, not entirely sure. I suppose we'll find out when I upload it, huh? Appreciate you guys for watching, if this is the end of the video. Anyways, we'll see you in the next one. See ya.